Talk Nation salute. Welcome back, everybody, man. Thank you for all the new subs, man. Appreciate you guys. Welcome to the Talk Nation family. Undisputed. Tyson Fury. Joshua. Wilder. Man, what's going on, fight fans? After we had the Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders spectacle, you know what I'm saying, this past fight weekend, Tyson Fury was a huge advocate for Billy Joe Saunders defeating Canelo Alvarez. We all saw how that worked out. Crushed him. Got Kell Brooks. I seen something in Tyson Fury that has me a little bit interesting. Oh, well, interested, excuse me. Besides them wearing robes like it was a slumber party, you know what I'm saying? I was just looking for somebody that had burst out in a pillow fight or something. But we will move on. Tyson Fury was doing a lot of talking. And usually at an event as big as that, you have a lot of cross promotion, especially when you have somebody, champion for the fight like Tyson Fury was. But you didn't really see him talking about the Joshua fight a lot, the possible Wilder rematch a lot. You know what I mean? He was throwing a lot of, hey, if you want to talk about anything boxing, yada, 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 you got to talk to my promoter, Bob Arum. Okay. That is the issue. You are the fighter. You should be able to talk about whoever you want to talk about as far as fighting and who you will be fighting. It is a promoter's job to make those fights happen. So I think it's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on with the heavyweight division. Eddie Hearn already came out and said, you know what, I apologize for announcing the fight was done. That part is on me. Like, they're trying to hype that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight, but at the same time, Tyson Fury is somewhat obligated to face Deontay Wilder again for a third fight. You know what I mean? That was contractual. And for whatever reason, I don't care how big that fight is, you know what I mean? Like, they're trying to pretty much railroad Deontay Wilder, cut him out, do whatever you want to do. And I don't think it's that easy. And I think behind the scenes, behind that curtain, man, not only Deontay Wilder is working, which we all saw, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time, it's a lot of other things working. And for whatever reason, Tyson Fury, he doesn't want to face Deontay Wilder again. Why? Because I truly believe whatever happened in that second fight, whether it's fixed, this, gloves, whatever, he knows when they fight again, he's not going to face that Deontay Wilder. So Tyson Fury, in my opinion, as great as a boxer he said that he is, he's the best to ever lace up a pair of gloves, which is bullshit. But at the same time, he knows if he faces Deontay Wilder again, it's a possibility, a huge possibility, that he will be going to sleep. Deontay Wilder ain't playing. I told y'all before, man. Deontay Wilder's in the lab. He's working. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He's working on some of the things that he needs to be working on. You know what I'm saying? His foot placement, his movement. He's developing a couple of extra new tricks that I definitely like seeing. So his new trainer, you know what I mean, seems to have Deontay Wilder on a road for a successful comeback. And Joshua, one thing I will salute Anthony Joshua about, he's a classy dude. He don't run his mouth a lot, and I like that. That's kind of like myself, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys remember the movie American Gangster. You know what I'm saying? With Denzel Washington. I know, kind of was a rat in that movie. But we gonna move on. But he said something, man. He said a line in that movie that was very important, man. Also, and it relates to life. He said the loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. Think about it. Somebody who always running their mouth, talking about people, but yada, 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 that's weak. Because see, when you real and you really standing on something, you ain't got to do a lot of talking, man. People know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But people who have quote unquote insecurity issues, they hating, they jealous, whatever, they do a lot of talking, man. You know what I'm saying? So they can kind of misdirect attention in traffic from their mistakes, from their shortcomings. You know what I'm saying? So people who run their mouth a lot, not only be wary, but kind of stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? Listen to your boy. I'm trying to tell you, the loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. And Tyson Fury is seeming kind of weak because he's doing a lot of talking. And Joshua, not doing a lot of talking, man. You know what I'm saying? Between the two, yes, Tyson Fury does have a lot of great tools. A lot of great tools. Decent mover, great puncher on the move. You know what I'm saying? Throws his hands very well for a big guy. But I seen something when he fought Wilder the second time. Um, Tyson Fury, he's a decent finisher, but not a great finisher. For all the tools that he have, you think that he will be a better finisher than he is. Decent in the footwork department, but if you also have decent footwork and you can cut off the ring like Anthony Joshua, you can cause problems for Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury thinks that he's going to go in there and dominate Anthony Joshua and become undisputed. I don't think it's going to be that easy. Anthony Joshua is a great boxer, has good movement, has a very good uppercut, very good uppercut. You know what I mean? You see what he did to Klitschko, his last fight. You know what I'm saying? When he fought, I forgot the dude's name, Pulev, Pulev, something like that. You know what I mean? I forgot the brother's first name. You know what I'm saying? But when he fought him, he pretty much dismantled him. Especially he dismantled him with the you know what I'm saying, with the right hand and with the uppercut. He was catching, and I'm saying he was catching Pulev with uppercuts left and right. You know what I'm saying? Boop, bop, boop, bop, boop, bop, boop, bop. Then eventually he crushed him. You know what I'm saying? Knocked him out. So Tyson Fury has a couple of things to worry about, man, facing Anthony Joshua. That's not going to be an easy fight at all. And if he has to face Deontay Wilder before he can get to the Anthony Joshua fight, he may not even get that far. Because I truly believe if he fights Deontay Wilder again, he's going to sleep quick. Go back and check out my Deontay Wilder video. I may link it to the video or put a couple of aspects of it in this video so you guys can check it out. But all you got to do is, man, go into a social media, man. You can see Deontay Wilder is working. He's working. And that's all that you want to see your fighters doing is working, perfecting that craft, getting better, working on what they need to work on. And I can honestly say that Deontay Wilder is working on what he needs to work on. So the heavyweight division should be scared. You know what I'm saying? I thought that Andy Ruiz was going to be that focal point in the division as far as, you know what, let's look out for this guy. But he's not ready yet. He showed that in his fight with Chris Arreola, you know what I'm saying? Although he's still one of the, I would say he's still one of the top heavyweights, his physical transformation kind of showed me that he spent a lot of time trying to become physically somebody else, Anthony Joshua, opposed to working on his skill and becoming better. He was sloppy in that fight. His legs really wasn't there. Added muscle. I told you guys before, adding that muscle, especially in the legs, is going to affect your mobility. You may be fatigued a lot quicker. You know what I mean? That's why Andy Ruiz started to look sloppy, because I believe he started to suffer from fatigue, especially in the legs. His hands, his shots usually are a lot more crisper, a lot more quicker than the other guy. But you didn't see a lot of that. And as the fight progressed on, you kind of seen spots where, you know what I mean, Anthony Ruiz, like I said, was sluggish, was inaccurate. And Chris Arreola, he came in and he fought a very, very good fight. He looked better than everybody thought he was. I thought that Andy Ruiz wanted to go in there and knock him out. I said it in under 6 rounds. I was completely wrong. I went back and I apologize for that. Like I said, when you're wrong, Talk Nation, you got to step up and say, you know what, I was wrong. And I was wrong that he was going to get knocked out in under 6. And also I was wrong about he was possibly going to be retired in that fight. Negative. Chris Arreola definitely still has a fight or two left in the tank. Easy. Andy Ruiz still is one of the top heavyweights, but he needs to start working on his skill opposed to trying to be Anthony Joshua physically. Can't do it. Genetics. One thing that you can't do, fight fans, You can't fight who you are. You can't fight genetics. You know what I'm saying? That is your biological makeup. Whether you're fat, skinny, in between, whatever, what kind of flaws that you have physically and sometimes mentally. It comes from your genetic code, your DNA. Some things you can't change. Some you may not be able to have the best body in the world. Why? Because genetically, it's just not possible. You still can be in good shape. You still can look good, but you may not be able to get rid of all the flaws that you think and that you may want to. So, love who you are, Talk Nation. Heavyweight division. I don't know. A little up in the air. Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Andy Ruiz, the Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder. These four guys right here moving forward are going to not only be the face of the division, but they're going to shape it. Now, with Andy Ruiz and Chris Arreola, their outing looked a little bit sketchy. And Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, the talk seemed a little bit sketchy. They want their fight, especially for marketing purposes, especially for financial purposes. And seeing the success of Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders having 73,000 people at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, that could usher in something special for the Joshua Fury fight, possibly. But keep in mind, that's in the States. You don't know if that's going to be able to happen in the UK because, in my opinion, if it was, it would have happened already. If Wembley was going to do it or whatever, they would have opened those doors already. So you know what? In the UK, they don't want to take that risk. You know what I mean? Because the UK not only have COVID, but they also have the variant. So it's a little bit tricky. But it's the same thing in the States. That's why I was definitely surprised that they allowed that to happen at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, money talks. Some things get overlooked. Now, how many people or how many cases of COVID-19, you know what I'm saying, jumped off after being in that stadium after that fight? You can't say none because that'd be a lie. You know what I mean? We are still heavily in a pandemic, fight fans. Unfortunate, I know, but it's the truth. Gotta keep it real, baby. Real Talk Live Sports, aka the Ghetto Stephen A. Talk. Need you stand up. It's your boy. I'm out. Peace.